She's spilling the tea.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, an unreleased Whitney Houston recording that was made when she was only 17 years old sold in a 24-hour auction on the OneOf NFT platform. It was for $1 million. It's the highest priced NFT auction item on the Tezos blockchain ever. So the winner of the auction has personal access to Whitney's recording in their OneOf vault, and they also have a digital video that was created by a breakout 17-year-old artist, Diana Sinclair. She's recently been featured in Time, Teen Vogue, and Hypebeast. And there's also a conversation between the Whitney Houston estate, Pat Houston, and Diana Sinclair about the collection.
So after you pay that money and you buy the NFT, how does it appreciate in value?
Well, hopefully, it's just like art. So you hope, it's not a given, but it's something that you hope will appreciate in art. And the other thing about it is because of the technology, if you sell it to somebody and then they sell it, you always get a percentage as the original owner. So if you own it and you sell the NFT to somebody and then they sell it 30 times over, you get a percentage still every single time it sells. So that doesn't happen with real life art. That only happens with NFTs. So it's, for instance, if somebody's art is worth $1 million now, but they sold it for $5,000 when they were alive, or if they're alive, or their estate or whatever, then every time it sells for $1 million, they get a percentage. Whereas before, if it was real art and not an NFT, they wouldn't get anything.
So it doesn't really appreciate in value.
It can. Just like art can appreciate in value, but in addition to that, you always have a percentage of it.
But it's not tangible. You can't hang it on your wall.
No, you can't. It's digital.
You can't touch it.
No, you can't.
It's just digital.
Yeah, it's digital art. But it's something that, people are buying land in the metaverse where it's not real land. And then people are buying sneakers there too. So you can have things to wear digitally. It's a whole nother world. All right.
Definitely.
Bow Wow feels like he should be honored at the next BET Awards. Now, he was on social media answering some questions on Twitter. He did a Q&A with fans, and somebody said, "You think you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?" And he said, "Absolutely. BET should honor me next year at the Hip Hop Awards. I don't want them to wait till I'm 44 years old. Plus, I'll be the youngest artist in history to get that award ever." Somebody said Hall of Fame. Agree and disagree does seem a little soon, but why wait to reward things that have been done so long? So
it doesn't seem too soon in the case of Bow Wow because he was a child star. If you look and see what he did on that Scream tour, wasn't the Scream tour one of the highest grossing tours ever?
It was.
When Bow Wow was a kid.
Movies, he sold millions of records,
Based off the work he put in his childhood, it's not too soon.
he also said BET stands for Bow Entertainment Television.
At one point it did.
106 in Park
He
was
was,
on Bow Wow.
he was definitely Mr.
Yes, he
106 in
was.
Park.
Exactly. All right, now Lil Uzi Vert was on Trainwreck Scuff podcast on Twitch, and he was talking about his insurance company. They tried to drop him. They thought he was trying to kill himself, and here's what he had to say.
This is actually the back post of it. I could sit it on there, but it's pretty heavy. It was like ripping my forehead, so I had to let it reheal. Damn. I had to really get all my together. My insurance tried to cut me off. They're like, this kid's trying to kill himself. We knew it was a piercing. My insurance looked at it like, okay, this kid just implanted this diamond in his head. He's gonna die.
That's strange. I mean, the insurance company would run from the piercing, but I'm not saying this is the content of Lil Uzi's music. But what if your music was filled with a bunch of drug references and raps about using drugs? Do you run from that if you're an insurance company?
Insurance companies run from a lot.
Well, he did say that if he didn't remove it properly from his forehead, he could die. He said if he didn't take it out the right way, he could die.
From a piercing?
Yeah, it's not just a piercing; it was implanted.
I thought he said it was. I thought he said just now it was just a piercing.
Because look at, if you see what it looked like, it was implanted in his forehead. It wasn't just. It's a big $24 million pink diamond.
But I thought he was saying that the insurance company thought it was implanted, but it was just a piercing. That's what he told the insurance. That's what he was telling the insurance company. He said we knew it was just a piercing.
Yeah, I mean, he did say, though, if he didn't remove it properly, he said he could die. He said that later on in the interview. He said, seriously. So I could see why, because anything could happen. That is a liability, right? But, clearly, I don't think he was trying to kill himself, but maybe they felt like it's a risk, just like people who go bungee jumping or people who
skydiving,
yeah, things like that. All right, Bobby Shmurda has an autobiography in the works, and he said the first page is more lit than your daddy's whole life. He just started writing this, and he said too many people got a dream that they never chased. They go through life and be angry they never tried. That reminds y'all how Enward took $20 for 1 hour of studio time in the hood to create, and that 1 hour of focus changed my life and everyone around me forever.
Yeah, that record changed his life. They literally just picked him up from the street and did that record, and he is what he is today.
All right. Well,
it saved his life.
That is your rumor report.
All right. Shout out to Bobby Shmurda.
I saw Roddy Rebel yesterday saying that he never got a check from Epic, though.
Never.
Yeah, he said he's not going to do it. Yeah. But we'll get more
I think
into
he meant
that.
publishing check, royalty checks. All right. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. What we talking about?
Well, we'll talk about a former NFL player who fatally shot 6 people before taking his own life. This happened in South Carolina this year, and now they're talking about his CTE.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.